Easy Tigers! I hope everyone's fine and dandy. First things first, I just want to big up the Patreons and people that have shown me love on PayPal. It's thanks to you guys, I get to go out to these sites and explore them and bring my version of this topic to you guys. So, if you want to join the gang, or you're feeling generous, or you like my work, I'll leave the links in the description. So I hope you like this video guys. One love. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share and all that jazz, and we'll get on just fine. Let's go. Now the best thing here for me to do is just give you a little cupcake of the narrative, and this is what Wikipedia is saying about Dover Western Heights. So the Western Heights of Dover are one of the most impressive fortifications in Britain. They comprise of a series of forts, strong points and ditches designed to protect the country from invasion. They were created in the 18th and 19th centuries to augment the existing defences and protect the key port of Dover from both seaward and landward attack. By the start of the 20th century, Dover Western Heights was collectively reputed to be the strongest and most elaborate fortification in the country. The army finally withdrew from the heights in 56 to 61, and lo and behold, it's now a nature reserve. So it also goes to Citadel, laying at the western end of the heights, formed its main defence point. The Citadel began as a large bastion fieldwork constructed in the early 1780s and containing within its fortifications 3 loophole guarded houses. It goes to say that in 1804 plans were made to rebuild both the west and east redoubts, i.e. the Citadel and the drop redoubt, and to link them with earthworks along with the length of the heights. In 1806 the rebuilt Citadel was surrounded by an unriveted defensive ditch. In the centre was a set of temporary barracks huts along with 3 guardhouses. A well was sunk in 1809 to ensure a permanent supply of water in case of siege. A pump house was added in 1860. Today, much of the site is open as a country park. The barracks have been demolished. The Citadel, formerly a young offenders institution, was most recently used as the Dover Immigration Removal Centre, and so was off limits until at least November 2015, when the centre was closed down. Many of the Citadel's original buildings remain preserved within. Right, so that was a little bit of the narrative, the BS narrative. Now this yellow line that you can see is the route that I took in. And let me just, I don't want to blow my own trumpet here, but it was amazing that I found this, and because I've got so much experience with star forts and star cities from living in Malta, and if you're new to this channel, check out my early videos, because I spent 2 years in Malta documenting all the star forts and star cities underground. So this is how I managed to find this place here, and it's actually directly underneath the old prison, which is ironic, but let me show you why GWAN. So this is going to be Google Earth, right? Now Dover's full of, I think there's 3 major star forts there, right, and earthworks galore. Look, here's one ginormous one, and a lot of them have been dismantled. You can see the earthworks around them have been turned into nature reserves, but you can see they're like massive, what we call bastion walls. They're not bastion walls, but that's how we're taught what they're called. But they're earthworks, cymatic patterns. So you can see this is where I was, and it's incredible. Look at all that. Look at the terrain that's been sculpted. It's honestly, I swear down, it's for water. It can only be for water. Pumping stations, these star forts. But here, this is where I entered anyway. Right here. Then I walked all along the ditch. I think it was 0.4 of a mile. So yeah, so you walk along all of this. And another thing about all this down here, it's lined with flint and yellow brick, which I found incredible. Really incredible. And right here is where it terminated, but that's when I ended up underneath that star fort. And that is the Citadel, and that is where the old prison was. So I was underground, underneath all that. So this is a bird's eye view of what they're calling a nature reserve. This is the star fort, or the star fort, and it's just been left to go to poo basically. Look at it. Earthwork. You can't really see much because of all the trees and bush, but that's what they do. That's one of their techniques, isn't it? Put a load of bush up and tree up, and you can't see what's underneath it. All you've got to do is look at the Amazon forest. Right, we're in. So, this is what I mean. If you can see in the background there, you can see it's all flint, yellow brick. Now, this is meant to be built in 1780, but to me, this seems a heck of a lot older. That's about a 12-foot drop down there. I'm down there now. You've got holes in the wall where wooden platforms would have went. I mean, look how old this little staircase is. Like, it's extremely old. There's no way this is like 200 and something years old. It's a heck of a lot older. So yeah, here we go. So I'm in the ditch now. This is the ditch. This is where the water would have went when it was originally like something to do with water. But obviously what happened is the military come and take these places over, build huts and bastions, and and turn it into something for war. Now this here is a pipe that terminated, so that tells you that the pipe work is rooted behind that wall. So that must be a very old bit of pipe work there. Now let me just skip past this, because like I said, it was half a mile till we got inside the building. You don't want to see all that crap. Sorry, rubbish. You don't want to see all that rubbish. So yeah, we're just walking the ditch now that's overgrown. And here we are. We're in. We are in. Now this is incredible because, like, remember I told you about the cliffs are man-made. These white cliffs of Dover and in Kent, it's all man-made, these chalk blocks. Wait till you see this. Because what they've done is this structure was obviously made out of chalk or limestone blocks, and this block work or brickwork that you see is the addition that has been done by the military. But you will see parts of the block work under here are still in good condition. They haven't been touched. You can see where some of it's been defaced and some of it's normal. Like here, this is unbelievable. Look at this. You can see original wall. Half of this is original wall. This is it here. You see it? And then just on the left hand side of it, it's been defaced. So this is what the cliffs are like outside, but it's all been defaced. So if you can see, like on the right hand side, you do have like the block work of chalk. And just at the very beginning, there's one part, and this part here, that's still alright. Look at this. Look at this.
This is perfect. You're seeing it's block work now.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Someone's actually sent me a photo of the cliffs in Margate being built. That's right, being built. They've got some old machinery on the beach, and he sent me a picture of what it looks like now and what it looked like then, and they're clearly fabricating the coastline with these blocks. Again, another part of it here, you can see here. This is the original. This is what the white cliffs of Dover would have looked like here, this part here, and this part is what it looks like now. It's been defaced, it's been ruined, and it's just been made to look like it's natural. Let's just fast forward this, you don't want to see this goes on. Honestly, I was underground for about 2 hours here. Absolutely loved it. Like, I might even do a tour in here, you know? Not a tour like, oh, come and meet me, just literally people that are interested in this, you need to come here because it's incredible. But you can see here where they've started, the military started building up against the limestone, so they must have defaced it and then built up on it. And a lot of stuff down here was heavily blocked up. Heavily blocked up. I mean, look at this. Like, I could literally just fit through that. Look at that, I'm crawling. See what I do to get this footage for you guys? All of that, I'm going through all of this, so make sure you give us a like. And if you ain't subscribed, subscribe. Because I don't even know what I'm going to come across next. I'll just come across stuff. See, this has been filled up from above. So I'm looking up now.
Come have a look.
It's like a shaft. It's just like, it's got concrete poured down it, blocks, bricks. Look at it. Who would go through that extreme length to be underground that deep and fill up? Imagine the trolleys and how they conveyed all this muck to pour it down this place. Look at it. Look at this. They've Sorry about the footage. It's very tight down here. You can see, and obviously I'm crawling through holes. Look, I'm going down on my legs here, on my pins. You can see. Look at this. It's just goes on forever. I come across a well. There's part of this system here that was originally a water system. What I'm walking through now is like is the bit that I believe was done in the 1780s by the military. You know, to turn this place into a fortification. Very scary stuff down here. Lights. And you can see through the windows. Look. Alright, so this one's alright because I'm going to start going down in a minute. You can see as you look at the bits where they shoot from, you can see that it's filled with mud. So the building starts to go underground in a minute. What's that? Got some cable up there still.
Upside down cross.
You've got the old upside down cross. Satan.
There's some sort of fire went here, like, look.
I think some fire must have gone there. And there as well.
This is all immortal, this shit.
And that must have been a door. So you see all this in Malta as well, you see. So this is another thing. These star forts and star cities, all that's happened to them in the last couple of 100 years is they've been fortified. As in, they've had a load of bricks round them to make it look like it's an English military building. And obviously to make it look like the English built it, but same old story, the Western world. It's just nicked, repurposed, and then fed a load of BS in history. So look, it just goes on and on and on. On and on and on. Vents, God knows what went here. I can only imagine that some sort of storage went here. I'd like to know how many bricks were used here. There's a heck of a lot of bricks. Again, this part's been bricked up. So my point is, if that is a limestone or chalk cliff, then this was another entrance deeper into the cliff, or the building. I'll call it a cliff because that's how I'm programmed. Now this was very suspect. This was very good. As soon as I see the brick lined floor, I knew that was something to do with water. Now this is obviously been bricked up again. Look at the state of that.
It's just been blocked up on purpose.
But you can tell you've got
the concrete all over in front of it.
The chalk bottom blocks at the bottom. And you've got some little door bit that's been blocked up. So I reckon water would have come from here. And you'll see in a second when I show you, when I go down the other little corridor.
I think we're going to start back at the beginning.
So this is just like a walking tour. And don't forget, this is directly underneath the prison, a young offenders institution. So God knows what went on under here. I reckon all sorts of stuff. People are getting conveyed left, right and centre. And I reckon there's obviously, this connects to other places as well underground. Now this is just one of the star forts that are there.
That's it.
Imagine like, oh.
Chalk.
So I come to a dead end, and I'd like to know who was shooting that. Like how do you damage something that much? Look at that.
Huh?
Flint and stone. Where did that?
Right, so this is where I was on about for water. You can see where it's been bricked up here, and you can see where it's the original chalk blocks. Now, I just felt like I was in a sewer when I was in this part. And well, no pun intended, but well, look at that. It's been blocked up. But they did say that added a well in the early 1800s for water in case they got wrapped up in a siege. So, but again, I believe the water supply was already there. This is going deeper underneath the actual prison complex now.
Oh my god.
And you can see the brick floors. Now this is what made me feel like it was a part of water, because I feel like I was in the sewers here. And again you go up, so it's like an overflow system here. That's what it feels like. I mean, walking through some pipe work. Again you've got another massive shaft. Massive.
Water system. We're in a water system.
This should be in the history books, this stuff, but it's not. It's just, it's underground. No one speaks about it. It don't even exist.
No water been in your ages, Aussie.
See here, you got this here. So this would fill up.
I want to get. Sorry,
Or water would come down here.
Sorry, sorry, I just want to get this finished this side.
And then it would convey along here. Sorry about the camera skills, it's very hard. But down here, yeah, so the water would come down here. And there's also a little terminal as well. I don't know what happened there. But here we go. Stairs. Loads of stairs going up, round the corner. Stairs going down. There's parts of floors missing. This was probably the biggest subterranean network of tunnels that I've been in. By far. Like the brickwork is immaculate. Absolutely immaculate. Like the angles on it are just phenomenal. Oh, what's going on here? Sorry about that.
Right, now.
Look at it.
Yellow brick as well, stairs.
Yeah.
Concrete on top.
Yeah.
Like, it's quite scary stuff down here, you know, because you don't know. And another thing that happened, a geezer walked past. We could hear him walking past, and he was walking towards a dead end. But when we got to the dead end, because we was inside the fortification, we could hear him outside. No one was there. We was thinking, who the bloody hell was that? And there's always, because we was walking around up here, there's quite a lot of police up here patrolling the area as well. So it's like this stuff's not meant to be found. But this steps probably goes down 100 foot. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. It's just incredible. Even though the brickwork's modern, it's a couple of 100 years old, it's just incredible. But not only have I got this footage, I literally scoured the whole of the Western Heights, all along the cliffs. I found so many entrances and so many tunnels that they call smugglers' caves and smugglers' tunnels and things like that. Wherever you go, whatever city or town you go to that has a port or a seaside, you're going to get met with a story of smugglers' caves. It's the same old BS, same BS, different town. So you've got a little bit of render stuck on the wall here. So this wall would have been rendered at one point. So that's just a job on its own. Rendering these walls underground is a job on its own. And then taking the render off. But look, this is Abbey. You can see here, like, we are crawling through stuff to bring you this footage.
That's right.
Crawling.
Oh.
Look. Look at this. I couldn't move for 2 days after this. Look at this. Look.
That's alright.
But I love it. We love this sort of stuff. Look at that arch bricked up. See, that's how high we are. So I could probably stand up and my head would still go underneath that arch. But so much mud and infill has come through that shaft that it's blocked up almost these two tunnel entrances and the arch. That's alright, now we can walk. Also, let me know if you like these sort of videos, because I know a few places like this I can get into, but this is more of like an urban exploration. But for me, it has so much stuff down here because you had the it links so many dots. Like I said, you've got the chalk cliffs. Look, this is mud down here. Someone's chucked a load of mud and flint. Look at this, mud. So this is another thing I've noticed. As soon as you peel back these chalk blocks, you come to mud.
Wall, and behind it's mud. This is an artificial wall.
Alright.
They've just made it look like a fucking cliffside.
So it's like they built
That's
the
why you can see
fortification
on this one, or the
and
one
the
here,
southeast coast with these
when they gunned
chalk
it out,
blocks.
you can,
Then they've defaced it, tried to make it look natural, pour concrete down it. But look, like I said, if you go just behind it, you come across mud.
Well, it makes steps because it's just mud that don't the mud out and then.
So yeah, let me know if you want me to make the video footage of all these smugglers' caves that I've found. It's quite a few, and actually it's really good footage. But let me know if you want to see it.
Can't believe it.
And I don't know if a lot of people know about these tunnels as well. But it's very interesting stuff, and like I said, I can just imagine if there was a Young Offenders Institute above this, God knows what was going on underneath. You know, people getting brought to and from this place and going missing and all sorts. Now this part that I'm in now looks even older than 250 years. Look at it. This part here had parts of the floor missing, and now we're actually, this part's mud flooded outside, you can see. This part's buried when I look through the windows. But again, you've got the chalk cliffs, a bit of mud behind.
Really, what a fucking clue.
This is what you mean. Actually, it's not really. This was fake, yeah? And there would have been
And you can see outside the windows that it's filled with mud. The archwork, the blockwork is phenomenal. It really is. I know it's not. Pipe. That was interesting because a pipe went straight through there, and that was an iron pipe, a cast iron pipe, which was very interesting. And this was about 6 inches as well. So why would a pipe be going down there? It's very interesting stuff. And again, here is another entrance in, but this is like a drawbridge, like a trap bridge. Look, and if you step on it, it flaps up and down. So it's like a trap, basically. Look, and here's the counterweight. So I guess this was another entrance in, but you can't obviously go there because you don't want to fall down that little trap. It just goes on and on and on and on.
This goes under.
Look at it. Yeah, we'll have a little skip up. You don't want to see all this stuff. But don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share your thoughts. Let me know why GWAN. And let's go back to this. Again, another one of these traps. You can see the floor underneath. There's 2 holes in this. That floor moves. I don't know if I stepped on this bit here, you could see it, but it's very dangerous when you do things like that because you have to be aware of stuff like this. Like, I can just imagine someone running up there, that flap turning down, and how are you going to get out? Because then weights are holding it down, you can't push it back up. Look at the weights. Do you get me? Do you get me? Once you go down that flap, you're not coming back up. So it's very interesting stuff around here, isn't it? And now look, this was interesting as well. Look at the brickwork, it's phenomenal. It really is phenomenal. And I know it's just bricks and it's sad, but it's really well done. Really well done. Like, we just do straight lines now, don't we? That's all we can do is a straight line. String from A to B and follow the string, that is it. No angles, no nothing. But look, we've got suspended floors here. So I think this might have been like a reservoir where I'm in now. Before it got turned into something military, because look at the ceiling. So I believe what they did here was they put some steel beams across some suspended floors and they just turned this into some sort of military part, maybe where they stored ammunition or something like that. But clearly, before they put all these windows and that in, this was clearly something to do with storing water. Because that even looks like a well, hole for a well up there as well. No pun intended. Like I said, this wall would have been built by the military, so these windows would have been put in by the military.
Yep. Yeah.
Is it the same
Yeah. It's very exactly the same as that.
Really incredible stuff. And this is just one Starfort out of all of them. Out of the 3 there, sorry. Look at that. Is that damaged? Look above, the floor's missing. God. It's mentals. That was like, another thing, that was like slate as well. Like a slate floor. It wasn't metal.
Oh my god, it looks like it is.
I know. Set off
Like
slate.
really small layers.
What an incredible find, eh?
Jerusalem.
Yeah, we've got the Star of David on the wall there, eh? Water and fire together.
Oh, this is a bit here. This is slate.
Yeah, look. Let me know what you think this was. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I think this is something to do with water. Here we go. I believe the water was underneath where I'm at now.
Wood. Wood would have gone in the shelves maybe.
So I've got a few videos like this that I did in Malta, and I will put links to them at the in the description. Them videos have got the least views, which is ironic because in my eyes they're the best videos because they got some juice in it. People don't even know. But look at this. How dangerous is that? That's very dangerous, man. And it's a good job we're sensible. Like, I wouldn't go in there and do silly things. Definitely not.
No, here.
Like, we take the utmost precaution when we're in here as well.
Just here.
Look at that.
Have a quick look here. Right?
Just seems a lot older than 250 years, this brickwork here. But this is, I believe this is older, this part. So I just wanted to get up there. Like, I'm the sort of geezer that has to go everywhere. But anyway, that was the Explorer inside. This is outside. Now you can see that they've just built directly on top of the brickwork, or the blockwork, which was the chalk. Look at it. I just see blocks here that's been defaced. Look how flush that was.
That's not on nothing, everything.
And again, blocks galore. And look, this is the drawbridge. I'm on the drone now, just flying it around. That's the end of the tour, because we're back in the ditch. So we've just had a little look underneath the Young Offenders Institution in the Starfort, which is the Citadel of Dover. Now if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share and all that jazz. And if you want to know how to get in there, let me know and I'll tell you. A great explore. Brilliant boots on the ground for history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. One love. Ta-da. Ta-da.